this is Bob Mason from FX Empire and welcome to the daily crypto tech review of Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin and Ripple's XRP. We're looking at the MACDs, the moving averages, today's support, resistance, pivot levels and the Fibonacci's. It is Thursday the 29th of April. Jumping straight into Bitcoin against the US dollar and the hourly candlesticks, relatively positive start to the day. Going to need to see Bitcoin move back through the pivot at 55.069 to take a run at the first major resistance level, sitting at 56.222. Going to need to see support from the broader market for Bitcoin to break back through to 56,000 levels. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level and yesterday's high of 56.432 to cap any upside. In the event of a breakout, should see Bitcoin target 58,000 levels before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 57.584. Failure to move back through the pivot will bring the first major support level at 53.707 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Bitcoin should stay clear of the 23.6% fib at 54.73. Second major support level at 52.554 should limit the downside. Looking at the MACD, slight narrowing of the bearish histogram at the turn of the day, supporting this early upside. Need to keep an eye on that and look out for a bullish cross. On the EMAs, the 50s pulled away marginally from the 100 and the 200, with the 100 closing in on the 200, also supporting the early upside and giving a bullish indicator. So keep through the early part of the day, move back through the pivot at 55.069 and back through to 56,000 levels to then target resistance levels. Failures to do that and support levels are in play. Moving across to Ethereum against US dollar, bearish start to the day. Going to see Ethereum avoid the pivot at 2688 to take a run at the first major resistance level, saying at 2826. We'll need to see support from the broader market for Ethereum to break out from yesterday's new swing high. That was at 2762.59. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level to cap any upside. In the event of a breakout, should see Ethereum target 3,000 levels before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 2,900. A fall through the pivot will bring the first major support level at 2614 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Ethereum should still well clear of sub 2400 levels. Second major support level at 2477 should limit the downside. Looking at the MACD, you've got a narrowing of the bullish histogram at the turn of the day, so look out for a possible bearish cross. On the EMA, still a bullish indicator, however, with the 50 pulling further away from the 100 and the 200. So keep through the early part of the day, avoid a fall through the pivot at 2688 and move through yesterday's new swing high 2762.59 to bring resistance levels into play. Failures to do that and support levels will be in play. Across to Litecoin against US dollar, also bearish start. Going to need to see Litecoin move back through the pivot at 258 to take a run at the 23.6% for 262 and the first major resistance level at 268. We need to see support from the broader market for Litecoin to break out from yesterday's high 267. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level and yesterday's high to cap any upside. In the event of a breakout, should see Litecoin target 285 levels before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 277. Failure to move back through the pivot will bring the first major support level at 249 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Litecoin should stay clear of sub 240s. Second major support level at 240 should limit the downside. Looking at the MACDs, slight narrowing of the bullish histograms after yesterday's late bullish cross, but nothing suggestive of a bearish morning ahead, so keep an eye on that. On the EMAs, the 50 has pulled away marginally further from the 100 and the 200, with the 100 closing in on the 200. That's still a bullish indicator suggestive of further upside. So keep through the early part of the day, move back through the pivot at 258 and break through the 23.6% fib at 262 to bring resistance levels into play. Failure to do that and support levels will be in play. You're looking at Ripple's XRP against the US dollar, also bearish. Going to need to see Ripple's XRP move back through the pivot at 1.3650 to take a run out the first major resistance level at 1.444. We'll need to see support from the broader market for Ripple's XRP to break back through to 1.44 levels. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level and yesterday's high at 1.44908 to cap any upside. In the event of a breakout, should see Ripple's XRP target the 23.6% fib at 1.5426. Second major resistance level sits at 1.5281. Failure to move back through the pivot will bring the first major support level at 1.2810 and the 38.2% fib at 1.2807 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Ripple's XRP should avoid sub 1.2s. Second major support level at 1.2019 should limit the downside. Looking at the MACDs, have The bullish histograms have held their ground through the turn of the day, so inconclusive there, but look out for a possible bearish cross. On the EMAs, the 50 has narrowed marginally on the 100 and the 200, while the 100 has pulled further away from the 200. That's still a bullish indicator. So keep through the early part of the day, move back through the pivot at 1.3650 and back through to 1.4 levels to bring resistance levels into play. Failure to do that, and support levels will be in play.